Hello, in this video, we will go through how to use the SAP HANA EIM Smart Data Integration to create the connection between SAP ERP system and the SAP HANA system. All right. So in my previous video, I showed you how to use the ODBC driver to connect the external Microsoft Sql Server database to HANA so that we can use that connection to create a virtual table. But this time, we're going to use the new feature of SAP HANA EIM Smart Data Integration to create this connection. Okay, the same purpose, but we're going to use a different way to do it. Right? As you can see here, the SAP EIM Smart Data Integration is mainly to create the bridge between SAP HANA and the other system. Okay, so this is the architecture. All right, on the right hand you have the HANA database, and on the left hand you have all the source system. Okay, and between the source and the target, we have the data provision agent, which is a part of the SAP HANA Smart Data Integration. And the data provision has both the server part and the client part. As you can see here, the data provision server is running inside of HANA, right? And the agent is running either with the source system or in a separate system. Okay, depends on the your architecture. All right, and based on this architecture, we need to follow these below steps to create the connection between the source system and the target HANA. Okay, so first we need to enable the data provision service in HANA because by default this service is disabled. And then we need to import the HANA information management data provision delivery unit to HANA. Okay, and this is for the server part. Okay, both of these two steps need to perform in HANA. And the third step is to install the data provision agent in the source system. It could be in a separate system, but in this video, we're going to install this with the SAP ERP source system, which is running with the server 2008. And once we install the data provision agent, we need to register the adapter and to register the adapter, which is listening to the source system and to HANA, right? And once we register the adapter, so that we can go back to HANA Studio or the web IDE to create a remote source from HANA to the SAP ERP underlying database. In our case, it's Microsoft SQL Server 2012. And finally, we're going to create a new schema. In that schema, we're going to create a virtual table, right? And the virtual table actually is coming from the SAP ERP underlying database, Microsoft SQL Server 2012, right? And finally, we're going to show the data in the web IDE, see if we get data successfully or not, right? Okay, now let's do the first step. Enable the data provision service in HANA. So in order to do that, we need to go to the administration of the HANA database and go to the configuration tab. And then we go to the daemon and expand to DP server. So here you see, in order to enable the DP service, we need to change the value from 0 to 1. Okay? As you can see here, the default value is 0. I have already changed it, it's 1. Okay, once you change it, you don't need to restart your HANA database. This service will be started automatically. Okay. The second step is just to import this HANA information management, the DP delivery unit, right? You need to download this package from the SAP Service Marketplace. Once you download that, you're gonna see the some file like this. Okay, so this DP is for the server part, the delivery unit, and this is a client, right? So if we go to the delivery unit, you're gonna see this file dot tgz. Okay, so we just need to import that delivery unit to the HANA system. Okay, now to do that, we need to go to the HANA model, and we just go to the quick view, and here you're gonna have the option to import. All right, so we choose SAP HANA content and delivery unit. All right, then we go to next. Select the target system we want to import the delivery unit. And go to next step, and then you can select where the file is stored. In our case, it's from the clients and browse, and I just go to my desktop and HANA SDI. This is the DP. This is the delivery unit, right? We click and we just click finish. Okay, so by this way, we're gonna import the DP server delivery unit to HANA, right? As I have already imported, I don't want to perform that again, so I just click cancel. But the import is just as simple as this. Now we just go to the third step. We need to install the DP agent in the source system. Okay, in our case, the source system is SAP ERP, which is running on Windows 2008. Okay. So now let's go to the Windows Server 2008, and you just need to install that DP agent. Okay. So sorry, might be a little bit slow because the source system is actually from the external disk, so it might be a little bit slow. Okay, now the system is back, and we are on the third step to install the DP agent in the source system. All right, so simply we just go to this data agent, DP agent installation package, and run the installation. The installation is pretty straightforward. We just input a few parameters, and then the installation should be successfully. I'm going to show you how this is. So we just click HDB setup, and then we're going to have the installation wizard to guide us to how to install the data provision agent. All right. So here, this is the wizard. Just click next and give the Windows user you use for this DP agent. In our case, we use an administrator, and we just click next. This is then the installation will be completed in a few minutes. Okay. So okay, because I have already installed, so I just cancel this, and now we go to the source system, which is the SAP ERP Enhanced Pack 7 or ECC 6, right? So once you install the DP agent, you're gonna see this program. Okay, we need to configure and connect to HANA to register the adapters, because remember we're gonna use this DP agent to connect the SAP ERP source system to the target HANA system. Okay, and the SAP source system is running on top of Microsoft Sql Server 2012, right? So that's the adapter we need to register so that we can use this that adapter in the HANA. Okay. So here is the data provision agent. All right. So we need to connect to our HANA system. So yeah, we just put the HANA host name, the port, and the user password, right? We use this. Okay, just simply click the connect. Okay, so once you click connect, you're gonna see a list of the adapters which are already deployed by default when we install the DP agent on the source system. Here you choose register or unregister. For example, because we're going to use the Microsoft SQL Server adapter to uh, connect to the SAP ERP source system, right? Because the SAP ERP source system in our case is running on Microsoft SQL Server database. So we need to register the SQL Server, and you can unregister. Okay, once you register here, if we go to the HANA Studio or HANA Web IDE, we should be able to see this adapter in the drop-down list when we create the remote source, right? So if we go back to our, the task list, now we are on the task 4. Okay, we have already registered adapter. Then we need to create a remote data set in Web IDE. Okay, just for information, Web IDE is the future of the HANA Studio. So ideally, we should do all these things in HANA Studio in Web IDE, but of course you can do this in HANA Studio. So there's nothing different. Okay. So here in HANA Studio, you choose the new remote source, okay? But we're gonna try this in HANA Web IDE, all right? So we put this Web IDE and user and password. Sorry. Okay. This IDE. Now we have this IDE tool, and our task is to create a remote source. So we need to use the catalog, right? Just click the catalog. In here, you're going to see the provisioning and the catalog, right? Catalog is all the schemas, and you can create a new schema here, and also um, you can create the new remote source here, right? Our task is first to create a new remote source to point it to the uh, Microsoft SQL Server database, which is the SAP ERP source system database, all right? And we just give a name called SAP is ECC, put like Max, okay? Microsoft SQL Server. And adapter name we're gonna choose is that this time we're gonna choose the Microsoft SQL Server log read adapter. All right. You may notice the Microsoft SQL Server ECC adapter. So actually that adapter is on top of this log read adapter because you are able to use some ICP ECC functionality, especially for the cluster table and a pool table, because those tables are not the only one table, are not only one table in the system, right? They have like different underlying tables. So by using the Microsoft SQL Server ECC adapter, you can map to the cluster or pool table, right? But this time we're going to try the log reader table, right? So, and you can also see this generic ODBC. In my previous video, we went through how to use the generic ODBC in HANA, in HANA operation system. Actually, in our case, the SUSE Linux, to create the remote source. Okay, so there's two ways, and this time we're going to choose this one, right? Remember, this is the adapter we register in the data provision agent. So here you're going to see, right? Once we register this adapter, we are able to see them in the drop-down list, right? Okay, so location agent, and this is agent name. Okay, so we register. So here you register the agent. This is agent name, right? So you can unregister and register again, right? Okay, so now let's just give the instance name. In our case, it's EH7 because this is enhanced pack 7 for SAP ECC 6. And as this report, this port is like is a fixed value. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can find this in the SAP HANA EIM administration guide. Okay, and now the database server, in our case, is SAP ERP, right? Phone number 1433. This is 1434. Database name, in our case, is EIM, right? This is the database for the SAP ECC, right? If we go back, we're going to see here, this is the database for the SAP Enhanced Back 7 or ECC 6, right? So now for the database data capture mode, we can choose either native mode, this is default mode, or choose the change data capture mode. Okay, and if this can have different impact on the configuration of the underlying database, so which you can follow the EIM administration guideline to configure, right? So security, we just leave by default, and the log reader. So this is like what you're gonna do if the log record processing error. So we choose by default, and now this credentials. Okay, credential we just choose technical user, and we just give the username and password. All right. So this is a Microsoft Sql Server database user password for the ECC database, right? All right. Okay. So I think we have done this, and we just click the save remote source. Okay. Now we should be able to see this remote source SAP ECC and Sql MS saved successfully, right? So refresh, then we're gonna see this remote source. If we expand the remote source, we're gonna see less of the tables from the SAP ECC database, right? And just for information, you have some like preference which you can use to choose how many rows you can list from the SAP ECC table by configure the preference, right? So here you can list the rows. By default, it's 1,000. Okay, but here I just 1,000, I believe, is 10,000. But I just changed to the 90,000 because I want to see all this of the table. Definitely, this is gonna have like performance impact. That's the reason why if we go back here, you know, the table is still there, okay, still running, and we can go to the HANA Studio. We go to the provisioning. I will choose refresh. We're gonna see the remote source we just created before. Okay, so and here I also try to expand, and it may take some time to get the list of tables from the ERP. Okay, you see them as an error. Cannot is okay. So let me try open definition. 7, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, the system is back. And I need to the data server host name because I just input bad mistakes. So I just changed it back to the Win server. And now we are able to connect to the remote Microsoft SQL Server database, right? So if we go to data provision, this is the remote source, and this is a table for the ECC, right? So because as I showed before, we have changed the rows to be fetched from the remote source. So it may take a little bit time to get the list of tables from the Microsoft SQL Server 2012. All right. So okay, good. Seems it does not take much time. Okay, that's good. So and now we go back to the task list. So far we have create the remote source in Web IDE, and then we just need to create a new schema for the virtual table. So we're going to create a virtual table in SAP schema, which is pointing to the remote source of Microsoft SQL Server 2012, which is the underlying database of SAP ECC, right? So we are on the task 6 now. So let's go back to the catalog, sorry, the Web IDE, and we go to the catalog, right? So we just need to create a new schema, okay? Right click and choose new schema. And this time I just use SAP ECC, like put virtual. Yeah. Let's go back. So this means this table is just like a virtual view, it does not physically contain the data, right? So we put all this table in this schema. Okay. Yeah, just wait a moment. So just wait for the schema to be created. Okay, now this is our new schema created, all right? Okay, now once we have created schema, okay, we're gonna create the virtual table in this schema, right? So the Web IDE seems a little bit slow. So I just switch back to the HANA Studio, and we're gonna choose the custom table KNA1. So okay, oh, this only 9,000. Okay, sorry, I have to enlarge this number because now we don't see the table KNA1. I have to enlarge this table in the DP agent. Then we're gonna go back to refresh the list. All right. So now let's go to this one and like this 90,000. Right. We just stop this agent and then restart again. All right. Okay. Once we increase the number of rows in the DP agent, we just restart DP agent and then we go back to refresh the list of tables. Now we have the table KNA1, right? So this is a custom table. We just right click on this table, choose as a virtual table. And here we're going to choose which schema we're going to put this virtual table in. Because we just create the schema Let's name the SAP ECC virtual, right? So we just create this virtual table in this scheme, okay? Simply we just create. Okay, the virtual table SAP ECC and Sql MS in Sql KNA1 was created successfully. Okay, we can go back to the web IDE and refresh this schema. Okay, and once we refreshed, we just go to the table folder, and we should be able to see the virtual table we just created. Okay, so this is a table name, and this is a definition, and we can click open content and to say the values and these values of this virtual table. And it's gonna try to pull in the data from the remote source, right? So here is the list of data, all right? So the list of the record, yeah, from the remote source, okay? So keep in mind, this is a virtual table. This table does not contain any physical data. Every time you select data from this table, it's gonna to fetch data from the remote source. In our case, it's the remote Microsoft SQL Server database. Okay, and this is all the tasks so far. We have performed, and we 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 are able to create the connection between the remote Microsoft SQL Server database and target HANA successfully. All right. So, and in the next video, we're gonna see how we're gonna load data physically from the remote Microsoft SQL Server to the target HANA. Okay. Thanks for watching.